So Nahid, my next question for you is that you've been coaching now for nearly 30 years. That's amazing to me. How has your approach evolved over the years?
So I would say one thing is that, as I said, so if there's been 30 years, there's been 30 years I've been working on personal growth. So I've definitely grown my experience, grown my level of knowledge. I've developed a lot of models based on the clients that I've worked with and had the opportunity to test them over time with clients and see them work. So some of the models I built in the beginning just to have clients experience that. For example, mapping out your belief systems or how needs work, just seeing those work over and over again over time has made me feel more confident in the models that I developed. But also, I notice that because now I have that sort of breadth of experience with the hundreds of people that I've worked with, there's this intuitive ability to get to the source of something pretty quickly. And often in conversations within 10 or 15 minutes, I'm able to like reflect back something or say, this is what I'm hearing. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's it. And it always happened eventually, but now it's happening in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes because the patterns are familiar to me. And, you know, whoever you are in this world, whatever you're experiencing, no, it's usually not in isolation. Usually, many other people in the world are experiencing something similar. And just so having access to that, because of all the people I work with, I'm able to get to that quicker. And one practical way that that's changed is my coaching sessions have gone down. So they used to be an hour long, and now they're 30 minutes long. And when I first made them 30 minutes, it was because I had a few clients that would get everything they needed in 20, 25 minutes, and they are busy people. And here they are sitting trying to use up the rest of the time. And I'm like, nope, the coaching sessions have to go down to the time that's needed because time is such a precious commodity. And so almost all of my clients, in fact, every client now does a 30-minute session with me. It's very rare for someone to need an hour, but if they need an hour, of course they can have it for the processing. Some people like to process longer.
Very good. So, what's one thing that you do differently from most other coaches?
One thing that I've noticed that I have that's unique is sort of three core competencies that are very different from each other. One would be strategic thinking, one would be practical tools that I've built, and one would be deep work, deep transformational work. I tend to thrive in those particular three areas, and I see them as a three-legged stool. So the strategic thinking is really great when I'm working with business owners or leaders, and we're at a 50,000 foot level, and we're really thinking about maybe how to change a whole organization or where to position ourselves on the playing field or how to really work the culture in a different way. And then the practical tools are more what's right in front of you today. So you're not going to transform through this, but maybe you're going to be able to have that meeting that you're going to have in 2 hours. Maybe you're going to have it organized more effectively. So you're going to have a better outcome from that meeting because we have this meeting management tool, or you have a feedback conversation, or you have a decision making tool. And so these are going to help you with the things that are right in front of you. And then the third piece, the transformational work, that's the deep inner reflective self discovery. And I've had, I've worked with people on that for years, all the way down to mapping your survival beliefs and how those beliefs will hold you back. And even more recently, getting trained in RIM, which stands for Regenerating Images in Memory, that will take you back to pre-verbal protective mechanisms in your body that you don't even know exist, that are sort of forcing you to stay in behavior patterns because it thinks that that's what you need to do to protect yourself. But those behavior patterns are not serving you anymore. So we can go as deep as you want. And I think for most coaches, they're strong in maybe one of those areas. So they might be a great strategic thinker, but they don't do the deep work. They might have a lot of practical tools, but they don't think strategically very much. So, but I see those three as sort of like a three-legged stool. And so I would say that's what makes me unique from a lot of coaches.